Do you have any idea how much money I made the day after 9/11? Let me back up for you. I make candles. For the past 32 years, I've owned and ran a small candle shop. I have 56 different types of scents, each of which can be paired with a different colour of the customer's choosing. Candles can be bought in either bulk or single orders. I offer candle making classes on the weekends and a candle catering service for parties and events. Business is not good. Sure, things pick up during the holidays and wedding seasons, but other than that, I can barely make ends meet. Every day, less and less people pass through my shop. I owe so much money to so many different people, I didn't know how I would make it. It was getting to the point where selling the shop was looking like my only option, until a very curious thing happened. A 13-year-old boy shot up his school and killed 17 of his classmates. A tragedy for some, but a miracle for me. Do you have any idea the amount of candles the city brought for me that day? Enough to keep me afloat for an entire month. A week later, 2 children were kidnapped from their home by their drugged up father. I contacted the mayor to offer my deepest condolences and to offer discount on a bulk order of candles for the inevitable candlelight vigil. I scoured the news for any sort of tragedies in my area. Mass murder here, kidnapping there. I was always the first to call and offer my services. Most people were so distraught with the terrible events which just happened that they had no idea they were getting ripped off. I would double or even triple the price of each candle and they would still buy hundreds at a time. I was paying off debts left and right and even started looking to open a second location. Until a very curious thing happened. The tragedy stopped. No more mass murders or kidnappings, no more sadness. God must hate me. The new location was off. Months went by and I eventually had to take out another loan. Until one day, a kid came into my shop looking to buy a candle for Mother's Day. Something flowery, I believe he requested. He explained that his mom was down the street at the boutique shop, so he had snuck away to buy it without her knowing. The antique brass candlestick must have been heavier than I remembered. I must have hit him harder than I thought. He hit the floor like a kid twice his age. I dragged him into the back room, tied him up, and then locked the door. I giggled as the mother frantically ran by the shop screaming her son's name just a few minutes later. The missing posters went up the next morning. What I assumed to be the father of the child, who was currently chained up and gagged in my back room, came and asked if I could put up a poster in my window. Of course, I said. Of course. I even lit a small off-white candle underneath it so it would be visible at night. He thanked me and shook my hand. On his way out, I gave him my deepest condolences and let him know that if there was anything I could do to help, to just please let me know. He brought 40 candles. It was kind of funny seeing them all lit up and burning on the news that evening. As he and his wife begged the kidnapper to release their child. A month later, there were 12 lit candles under 12 missing posters in my window. The back room was getting crowded. Sometimes I would take a few a night, and then the next day I could play the match the parents to the kids I stole last night game. That was a fun game. One evening before I closed up, an elderly couple came into the shop holding a stack of those missing posters with the same awful red font. Of course I agreed to put one up in the window. I ran out of the small off-white candles, so I used a slightly larger firewood-scented candle. Thought maybe the kids would enjoy that. They thanked me and left. Traffic was terrible getting to work the next day. The radio said there was an accident on the street where my shop was located. I got excited. Rows and rows of bright red fire trucks blocked the entrance to my street. I had to park a few blocks away and walk. As I got closer to the shop, the strangest smell of smoke and fire stung the inside of my nostrils. I recognized several people in the crowd that was surrounding my shop, but I couldn't place them. They were all covering their mouths and staring on the sidewalk in pure horror. 12 burnt little corpses sprawled out and contorted on 12 child-sized body bags. I was able to place them now. They were the mothers and fathers that I had been doing business with the past month. As an officer handcuffed me and the crowd screamed and clawed and spat at me, I overheard a firefighter say that a poster in the window had caught fire and took the entire building down with it. Goddamn firewood-scented candle. All my merchandise gone. All those poor candles wasted. I started laughing hysterically. God must hate me.